Hi, my name is Dilip Ramachandran. I'm the CEO and Chief Product Therapist at NIMI. NIMI is a transformational company that is increasing global upskilling of talent. And we're doing that through staff augmentation and through building productivity tools for R&D teams globally. I'm also the author of this book, Gangsta Vision. And I wrote Gangsta Vision because there are many entry and mid-level product managers out there who don't know how to make the step or how to make the leap into senior leadership. There are also product leaders and managers, even outside product management, who've made the leap, but they don't really understand the nature and the full capacity of the job, and they're kind of struggling, kind of to fill the shoes of their leaders or to fill the shoes of the people who are in those roles before them, and they don't really have kind of a guide for that. And this book is a result of lots of mentoring calls and mentoring sessions to help people get there. And last time I talked about a specific um, uh, item called Leadership Superpowers, a chapter in the book, and I did the introduction to it in the last video. And today I'll talk about one of them, one of those superpowers. And let's get started. And before I actually start it, I'm gonna lead in with a going gangster, which is one of those tips that I have in the book. In the book, you'll find these gray areas with the tips. I'm going to lead in with the going gangster tip, and then I'll go into the reading today. Going gangster. Information is asymmetry is everywhere, and we still have information asymmetry because the problem is not correctly labeled or reliable enough for us to filter and consume it effectively. For instance, anyone can use an online search engine, such as Google, effectively if they use the keywords and refine their searches. A good place to get information about companies is on Glassdoor, but the system can be gamed. By looking at the language and length of the reviews, department information, and responses from HR, you can get a sense of what's happening at the company. Instead of relying on individual reviews, I would recommend you look at trends and their time spans. There's probably some truth to that, and the level of engagement from the company can indicate problems and how much the company cares to solve them. It isn't perfect, but it gives you a baseline to ask questions from HR or an hiring manager in the interview. Think of other information sources you could capitalize to beat this asymmetry. This is a key point that I touch on in the book, right? You can look at information that you get at face value and just go with it. That is an approach, but a better approach is to actually think about, well, can I verify this information? Is there something behind this information that I have? Can I actually summarize it in a way that makes it more valuable? In the case of these reviews, right? These examples given you for you to kind of see what you could do with rudimentary data, and you could apply something on top of it to really get better understanding of it. So let's jump into it. The first superpower we'll talk about today is called curiosity. Curiosity as a superpower. The Nile crocodile has a bite force of around 5,000 pounds of force. If it bites your arm, you're going to feel the weight of a Ford Explorer on that spot. When I get curious about problems, I latch onto them like a Nile crocodile. And my reward is learning and exposure to knowledge I often didn't know existed. How does one tap into the curiosity superpower? Simon Sinek says, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. The approach Ian and I had when we were building Planguru was for it to be completely product driven. We researched the available technology heavily, tried out the closest offerings out there by would be competitors, and geeked out on pricing and product marketing. Once we felt confident about the product offering, we used the lean startup model. We published our website and drove some ads to find customers. We stumbled a lot. When we stumbled, we stopped and contemplated. As power users ourselves, we asked, does this product still meet our needs? Why doesn't it meet the needs of others? This helped us learn a lot about the blind spots. Using the passion for our product, we focused our curiosity on figuring out what we missed. It was a formula we could repeat to find product market fit. A few months ago, I came across Johnny Harris's completely captivating consumer journalism video. Quotes, the real reason McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken. End quote. A 30-minute video with over 9 million views. I was enthralled by John's dedication to solve this problem through his commitment to detail and gathering direct insights from experts. His ability to piece all this information together with fantastic storytelling built trust into his message. He laid out the facts with an educated opinion and left me to make my own conclusion, which made me feel included in the investigation. Great leaders make you feel their passion and make you do things you normally don't do. In my case, watching long format YouTube content about McDonald's, a restaurant I don't frequent. I also don't watch long format YouTube content. I chatted with Tami Sundarji, VP of Product at Manifold, an insights platform dedicated to solve the world's hardest and most impactful problems through the use of AI. Tami is an MIT grad, spent his first decade in management consulting before spending the second decade in product management, particularly in shaping some of the earliest developer platforms during his time at Mashery. Tamiz and I worked together at Marketa, where we shaped the developer platform using our passion for meeting the needs of developers building innovative fintech products. During the interview, I asked Tamiz about this curiosity attribute great senior product leaders exhibit. Here's Tamiz's quote. Great product managers are constantly doing one or more things well, but it's not noticeable across the organization. So you have to expand the aperture of the things you're doing. That could be finding a new problem space that's worthy of tackling, or being a better galvanizer of the overall company mission, or hiring others who can unlock new areas of information asymmetry. There are many ways to get there, but it is essential that you work on this beyond your core product domain. To be a senior leader, it is a necessary condition to elevate yourself in the organization because the visibility and the impact across the board really matters. End of Tamiz's quote. As a product matures and the company goes through rapid growth, the organizational design needs to be malleable. Early on in your career, your swim lane tends to be narrower. The intention is to help you focus on the activities driving your daily outcomes. As a senior leader, you will need to go beyond your current problem space to open up adjacencies or completely new areas. Curiosity can really help here. Just like Johnny Harris, if you trust the process and focus on learning and growing, your understanding of the problem will unlock opportunities for you and the business. This process of pushing yourself to expand your problem space will be scary. Common things mercenary product managers say are above my pay grade or it's out of my scope. I've said that. Don't say that. It's time to lean into your passion and use curiosity as a tool to shift your mindset to a missionary product manager exhibiting true ownership. The Going Gangster section again. Have you heard of 5 Whys? It is a framework used to identify the root cause of a major issue like a production support incident. By asking a series of 5 questions, it helps the questioner get to the bottom of what happened, and is used to create a plan to avoid that same issue from happening again. You can apply the same framework to build your curiosity muscle. The next time you're working on a feature, imagine you're a customer and ask yourself 5 critical questions a customer might ask. This will help you get comfortable with the process. Then ask a peer and ask someone you trust to ask you 5 critical questions about your features. By doing this, I bet you will unlock some adjacencies. Repeat it for bigger features and bodies of work. And that's it for today. And I'll do one next week or the week after about the next superpower. Thanks for listening.